What if the space race had never ended? Imagine that the space race never ended, that the first step on the moon was not an ending, but a warning. Imagine a world where the great powers never stopped competing, where space is not exploration, but territory. What if humanity turned the moon into a colony and space into the new battlefield? This is not distant science fiction. It is a possible future if the space race had never ended. In our real history, after reaching the moon, the world slowed down. The cost was too high, the risk enormous. But in this alternate timeline, no one stopped. The United States and the Soviet Union understood something dangerous. Whoever controls space controls the future. So instead of symbolic flags, they began leaving infrastructure behind. Modules, antennas, reactors. The moon ceased to be a scientific achievement and became a strategic asset. In the 1970s, the first permanent bases appeared. Officially scientific, but also military, though no one admitted it. Beneath the lunar surface, shelters were built to protect against radiation. At the poles, ice trapped for millions of years was exploited. Water, oxygen, fuel. The moon was no longer a destination. It was a platform. And when other powers entered the scene, Europe, China, Japan, the satellite stopped being neutral. Humanity pushed its borders beyond Earth. The real breaking point came with a discovery that was real and terrifying. Helium-3, a rare isotope on Earth, ideal for clean nuclear fusion, nearly infinite energy. The moon had more helium-3 than humanity had ever dreamed of. At that moment, the question stopped being scientific. It became political, economic, military. Whoever dominated the moon would dominate the planet's energy. And when energy becomes power, cooperation dies. By the late 1990s, the bases were connected. The first lunar colonies were born, people who could not easily return to Earth, contracted workers, trapped scientists. And then, children born under a gravity that was not their own. Humans who would never walk the same way, who could never return to the planet where their species was born. The moon was no longer an experiment. It was a closed society, far from Earth, far from laws, far from consequences. From the moon, launching spacecraft was easier, cheaper, more efficient. What began as exploration toward Mars became orbital control. Satellites capable of disabling communications, platforms capable of intercepting missiles, or something worse. War never reached the moon because it was no longer necessary. It was enough to control what orbited above Earth. The conflict stopped being visible, and because of that, it became more dangerous. Over time, something became clear. Maintaining colonies off the planet consumed unimaginable resources. While the elite looked to the sky, Earth began to break. Climate crises, scarcity, inequality. Humanity had learned to live away from its home, but had forgotten how to care for it. The space race never ended. It only changed its stage. From Earth's surface to the void. And now the question is not whether we can colonize other worlds. The real question is, would we learn anything, or would we repeat the same mistakes, but this time on a planetary scale?